everybody, I'm Leora Sims. Welcome to my channel, welcome to another Lazio case, and welcome to True Plasma. This lot does not look like Fang Teza from True Blood, and I realize that, but it was inspired by the idea of Fang Teza from True Blood and the Southern Vampire mystery books. I made sure to make it look like it was out in the country. But in my opinion, in the inside, it doesn't look country. It is true that Sookie Stackhouse lives in a small town, but Eric Northman's nightclub is in a different area. So I wanted it to look country and modern at the same time. And as I said, this is not meant to be a replica of Fang Teza, but it was definitely inspired by it. I would do a replica of Fang Teza, but I don't think that I can do it right now. Maybe when we get more packs, I will be able to. This lot is obviously a vampire nightclub, as Eric Northman owns the vampire nightclub Fang Teza. Here are some plasma trees. There are 2 plasma trees on this lot. So if your vampire gets hungry and doesn't want to feed off of sim humans, they can wait for the trees to be ready, and then they could sample the plasma fruit off the trees. Here is the first basement area, the outside of the first basement area on the lot. I was able to make 2 separate basement areas, and I was very proud of that. And as you can see, trash can is on the side of the building, and there are plenty of lights. A lot of the lights are for my benefit because of my visible impairment. I would like to say that I love Forgotten Hollow, and I love it more than Midnight Hollow in The Sims 3. I did purchase Midnight Hollow in The Sims 3, but it was almost impossible for me to play in that world because it was so dark that it was almost impossible for me to see, even with lighting. This world is light enough that I can see it during the day and during the night. So I'd like to thank the Sims team for that. I realize there isn't a lot of landscaping on this lot, but I like the way it came out. So your sim enters the nightclub. Here is the first restroom to the side. It has some cool wallpaper, of course, from the game pack. The unbreakable toilet. A mirror. And that is it. Your sim walks further straight ahead, and wait a second. I'm sorry. Behind the stairs, sort of behind, next to the stairs or behind them, is a second restroom. This second restroom has a toilet, a sink and mirror, the same wallpaper, but it has a makeup vanity from the Glamour stuff pack. If your sim walks straight ahead, they will see the first bar, and a seating area. If they walk further back, they enter this room. This is the dance room. I was going to put a DJ booth and a dance floor in here, but I thought that the room was too small. And I liked the way that the room came out, so I didn't want to make it any larger. I spent a lot of time on this area right here with the spider tile. Let me just put the walls up slightly so you can see. This is a seating area. I got this idea from True Blood because in Fantasia, Eric Northman has a throne, and I believe it's kind of in a box. I wanted this to look like a box, but I didn't want it to be a box, and I didn't want it to be so enclosed because I wanted your Sims to be able to get to that throne. It's just for show because we can't set chairs as thrones or anything, and we don't have technical thrones in The Sims 4, at least not yet. Maybe we'll get a royalty stuff pack or something. And this wall is meant to look like it's part of the throne area, just to make it look larger. And more luxurious. I put the light spider tile under the red chair so that I could see it better. From the dance area, throne area room, your sim could enter this way, and they will enter into another seating area with some more chairs and bar stools. And here is the first basement area. I consider it the first basement area, and it's the first one that I built. And down here you have some cracks in the wall, and black flooring, and black and white organ. So if your Sims want to come and listen to the organ, hire an organist, they can do that. Here are two coffins that vampire Sims could sleep in or woohoo in. They can't woohoo in the coffin if they are a good vampire, meaning a vampire with the good trait. There's a difference between a guilty drinker and a Sim with good trait. And I have not tried to put a good vampire in the coffin to that is just what I learned before the game pack came out. I chose a white railing because I wanted to be able to see the basement area better. In fact, I just resaved this lot to the gallery before recording. When I came in here to review the lot, I found that I liked it. I haven't looked at it in about 3 weeks. I liked it, but it was hard for me to see the cutout of basement because there was no banister, and the banister really helped me to see things better. I went with a white-ish banister. Well, right now it looks black, but when I was putting it on, it looked white. And down here, on the inside of the basement, I see that the banister is white, so I did choose the white banister. But I chose black stairs, which also made it difficult for me to see without the banister. So I put the banister in at the last minute before recording, and then after I did that, as I said, I resaved the lot to my library and to the gallery because this lot had been on the gallery for about 2 weeks. I save all my lots now and all my sims way ahead of time because I lost some work not too long ago, so I learned to save my sims early and save my drafts early. Even if something is a draft, I'll save it to the gallery just in case I have to download it again. And I'll always mark it as a draft if it's a draft. This is another outside door. And here outside this window is the plasma plants. What I try to do always when I plant something on a lot, I try to make sure that the plant is by a window so that I see it during gameplay. And I didn't even realize for a long time that I did that, but recently it became a habit to do that. And it really helps me out. I've been having Sims plant a lot of plants on to lots, especially unusual plants onto my lots because certain things are very difficult for me to find. So if I can't find it, then I can't have it in my game unless I make my own lot that has it. The plasma tree was very hard for me to find originally. Now I know exactly where it is. But I believe there was only one plasma tree originally in Forgotten Hollow. If there's another plasma tree, please let me know in the comments. But that's the plasma tree that I was able to see eventually. It took me about an hour. And then I have my vampire go to that lot a bunch of times. It usually takes me about 3 days or 3 nights for the plasma fruit to be harvestable on Gladys's lot, and then I have my sim harvest the plasma fruit, and I have my sim plant it wherever it needs to be planted, and then of course I save the lot. I'm really happy that they added that. It used to be that I planted plants on lots, but when I loaded the lot into a new game, the plants disappeared. That happened with the first lot that I ever built. And I was very happy when I discovered that that was no longer the case. I don't know if they added that or if the idea that the plants disappeared was a glitz all along. But anyway, it's been fixed or improved, no matter how you want to look at it. If it was a glitz, it was fixed, and if it's just an addition, then it's a good addition. To be able to grow what you want on a lot. Also, what helped me was the fact that the produce stands in City Living sell rare fruit. Fruit and produce that is hard for me to find any other way. But now it became easy. Thank you again, Sims team. Here is the second basement. You already saw the outside of it in the beginning of the video, but here is the inside of it, and it's just an office slash bedroom for a vampire. We have two coffins here. Some gray stairs, black floor, black desk, and brown office chair. Also, you have a bookcase here. And I didn't paint the walls, but I did put some water stains up on the walls. The reason I don't paint a lot of basement walls is because I grew up with an unfurnished basement, and the walls were a light blue stone color, very similar to this. And so many times, unless you're doing a finished basement, I feel it's a waste of time and money to more simoleons to paint these particular walls. Particularly, especially if you're doing a furnace basement, the outside of the walls, because you don't really see that during gameplay at all. But you could technically paint them, but it would cost some simoleons. So when I do basements, I try to save money. And I didn't put a computer down here because I didn't want Sims in the nightclub to just be attracted to a computer and come down here and play video games. You know, I love games. I love The Sims. It's a real stress reliever. But I don't love when all of my Sims get the video gaming skill. I try to control it. I try to make sure that not every sim that I have gets the video gaming skill or the mischief skill, which is very hard to do actually, because if they talk to a sim long enough who has a sense of humor, they might gain the mischief skill on their own very easily. And the video gaming skill is the same thing. They get on the computer, they let the computer, and they usually play video games. Sorry about this, guys. I just want to get to the front of the club again. Oh, and I wanted to point out that I put, of course, a stereo here. But there is another stereo upstairs. I didn't show you the upstairs yet. The upstairs has another bar, as you can see. Has a party area with a stereo and a closet for booting in here. I also like the way the closet looks on the outside of the building. It sticks out and it looks like it's another building piece. Look at that. So that's why I didn't take it out. I debated whether to put the closet in because I didn't put in a dance floor, and I wasn't sure if I wanted this lot to require get together, but I couldn't resist. Because of how cool the closet looked to me. And this could be another office area if you wanted it to be. And because I used all black in here for the stereo and for the closet, I wanted to use lighter brick. And it's also the reason why I used a lot of white windows on this lot. And just to bring more light into the lots that I made sure that this was a glass door going in, see-through door. And here's just another door for show. Actually, this is not a door for show. This is the door that your sim has to enter to get into this room. But I didn't want to put the door here by the windows, because that to me looks weird. So when I build lots like this, I try to hide the door from the outside so that you don't see it and it doesn't take away from the architecture of the build. Even though I know I'm not the best builder, but I've noticed that I have been improving over the last couple couple of months, I've been trying to build one or two buildings a week. And I'm coming up with new ideas and being able to implement ideas that I get from other builders. A lot of times I get inspiration from other Sims builders, but I was never able to implement my inspiration. Now I'm just going to go into build mode quickly. This is of course what the lot looks like in the evening. This is what it looks like at night. I'm sorry if the lights take away from the look of the build. Sometimes I feel that I put too many lights, or that the lights take away from the attractiveness of the build. But I have to do that in order for me to play in my own lots. Here is the lot in the morning light. Here is the afternoon light. Again, here's the evening light. And again, here's the night light. Let me go back to the afternoon light just briefly so that you can see the roof easily. So there's the roof. Here's what the roof looks like at night. I think it looks different during the day and at night. Specifically the roof. And now I'll go over the lot traits. So you have great acoustics, and that's so you can easily learn the organ here, and it won't sound terrible for long. Vampire Nexus, and on the dark ley line. So your vampire sims, or your sim and your human sim and vampire sim could move here and get a vampire baby. And as you can see, I did put at least 4 coffins on the lot. And this is already on the gallery for you to download. My name on the gallery is Leora18, and this lot is called True Plasma. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you, and I hope that you enjoy the lot in your own game. Be happy.